So yo guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be reacting to Aystar's Cop That Shit remix featuring Payper and Skrapz. Let's go man, let's go. It's kind of smart that he released a remix of this, even though the song's like, I think it's at least 4 or 5 years old, but obviously with The Gentleman featuring that song in episode 2, obviously, and him becoming, I think because of that he was like #1 Shazammed in the world, something like that. So obviously he's capitalizing on that new success, man. Smart, seizing his moments.
Make sure you cop that shit.
Cop that shit.
Yeah. Aystar.
He was cold as well.
You already know what it is. Remix thing, you got me? Yeah, nigga. Let's get it. I'm a beast when I jump on these tracks. I spit flames, I'm hot like a drop of hot wax. The tape's already loaded like a 9 that's cocked back. So when it drops you better clap. It's all eyes on me like a gal who's got back. No one's watching your shit cause you whack. 100%, if I had the chance to, then I ain't listening to that. I told me manager stop sending me these rappers, stop that. But when it comes to Scousematic, cop that. And any mixtape that I drop.
This video is funny, man. The reference to obviously Jethro counting the money. Smart, man.
You better cop it. If I shoot you point blank, this ain't a game, you can't block it. 400 brake horse on the golf, you can't jock it. The 4-4's too big, won't fit in the pocket. And you're gonna need the army to stop it. You'll see when I pop it, send him to the firmament like he's a rocket. The new mixtape, make sure you cop it. Cop that. Make sure you got that shit. Make sure you got it. Make sure you got that shit. And if you ain't got that shit, then cop that shit. But don't be a little bum and go and rob that shit, you get me? Just go and cop that shit, you get me? Just go and cop that shit. And if you ain't got that shit, then cop that shit. But don't be a little bum and go and rob that shit.
I'm a gangster and a gentleman, my suits are tailored. I put my tracksuit on cause I was due some payments. Put killers in the bushes, yeah we do surveillance. Violate and live where, don't lose your cranium. I come with the brick squad, I'm like the Gucci Mane. I was a star in the traps, I ain't new to fame. How you rapping when you got boots to lace? I got some young boy
Bling blow.
killers that'll shoot your face. That's a 12 gauge, take your face off like Nick Cage. Distasteful, here's my dick, how does this taste? Disgraceful, little bitch, get your wig straight, get your facts straight. I got rich off a mixtape on a strip late. Please don't get me irate. Pull up on who? I'ma shoot to your sideways. I was broke like a bad joke, gave me migraines. Now it's Frankie with the 4 eyes, I mean 5 chains.
You see how, you know what, I like that verse, man. You see how Payper, you know, tried a new flow and stuff. It worked, man. That Gucci Mane, like I don't think I've ever heard Payper use that kind of flow, but it worked, man.
Make sure you got that shit. Make sure you got it. Make sure you got that shit. And if you ain't got that shit, then cop that shit. But don't be a little bum and go and rob that shit, you get me? Just go and cop that shit, you get me? Just go and cop that shit. And if you ain't got that shit, then cop that shit. But don't be a little bum and go and rob that shit.
I'm in a 3-piece with a double-breasted blaze. I got my 4-5, but I'm on my best behavior. Young buck keeps one in the chamber. He stays with a mask, only see his nose and eyes like an alligator. I used to break down bricks.
Oh, that's a bar, man. Man said my young boy stays with a mask. You only see his eyes and nose like an alligator. Serious, man. You know when alligators peek at the water, you know what I mean? Bam.
Carry the remainder, add it to the next brick like I'm playing Tetris. And even though I might forgive, I still don't forget shit. So you've always gotta expect the unexpected. My dog will bring me a stick if I tell him fetch it. Rapid, it's either gonna be a spinner or a matic. And when the fire's in my hand I move it erratic. I park up and jump out and then did you catch it? 5 quid on a t-shirt and a jacket. Don't worry about me, I've been already had it. If you ain't got it yet, then go grab it.
Make sure you got that shit. Make sure you got it. Make sure you got that shit. And if you ain't got that shit, then cop that shit. But don't be a little bum and go and rob that shit, you get me? Just go and cop that shit, you get me? Just go and cop that shit. And if you ain't got that shit, then cop that shit. But don't be a little bum and go and rob that shit. Yeah. Gangsters and gentlemen really know what it is. Scousematic.
thoughts. Yo, 10 out of 10, man. Honestly, 10 out of 10, man. I've already clapped in the video, and I've clapped before on this channel. You know, this song, standing ovation, man. You see me, whenever I'm satisfied with a song, I'm gonna give it a standing ovation, man. So yeah, man. Hats off to Aystar. Obviously, the OG version is hard. It's hard. Cop that shit. It's hard. It's a classic. But, you know, remixing, you know what? Remixes nowadays, they're always just bag a man on a tune. Like 8 Man, just fucking dragging it out. Like they do with the Body remix. Bag a man dragging it out. This, fam, only 2 rappers, Potter and Skrapz, UK Champions League rappers, man. Top tier rappers, yeah. Just come through, show their quality. And literally, yeah, man, they delivered. Skrapz, I feel like Skrapz had a better verse than Potter. Not that Potter's verse was bad though, but out of the 2 verses, I'd say Skrapz performed better than Potter. Obviously, Aystar changed his verse as well for the remix, but honestly, the whole song, no flaws, man. No flaws, 10 out of 10. Everyone's verse was top tier. The video was top tier, and obviously in theme with Gentleman. Literally, man, I ain't got no complaints. If you do, you're a hater. But obviously, no, I'm joking. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. But yeah, man, that's me. Review for Cop That Shit remix. Done. Bow.